Hello everybody, welcome to my live. How's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna have some Stampin' fun tonight. I'm super excited to show you the projects that I have. My name is Laura Roderick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. It was a beautiful day today. It was about 78 and sunny and very, very pretty outside. It was, I don't know what the high was, but it was 78 when I was driving home from work. It might have been a little humid. My hair's a little wet right now because I think the humidity was like out to here. So I was like, all right, we need to calm this down a little bit. It was a little crazy. I hope y'all are having good weather where you are. Is everybody ready for Christmas? Getting there, right? Getting there, one baby step at a time. All right, I hope everybody's doing well. All right, I like to always start by doing a little giveaway. Now, I haven't been on in 2 weeks. I was out of town, but I am back now. And I think the last time we were on, I said I was going to give away one of these sets of the peppermints. Everybody seemed to like those, so I thought it was a good thing to give away. And the winner this time was Jolene Kent. So Jolene, congratulations to you. All you have to do is either share my video or comment, and that's on either one of my Facebook pages, my Facebook personal, my Facebook business, or on YouTube. So I go back and check everybody's comments, put it in a little spinner app on my phone, and that's how I pick a winner. So congratulations, and a big thank you to everyone who shares and comments on my videos. It makes a difference, so I really appreciate it. I love talking to you guys and hearing your comments, so thank you. I think for this next giveaway, I'm going to give away something from the new catalog, and they're called Two-Tone Sparkle Gems. And I don't know if you guys can see these, but they are absolutely gorgeous. They're sparkly. It looks like they have like a little bit of, like a little purple and like pool party-ish. Maybe pool party's not the right color, but kind of a blue-greenish and some purple. They're very, very beautiful. So I'll give one of those away. Again, all you have to do is comment or share. All right, I think I'm gonna turn us down and let's get started tonight. Things have been busy, getting ready for Christmas, working, all that fun stuff. Not much time for stamping right now, but I did do a little bit. So you guys, coming up for customers in January 7th, we're going to have celebration, and that means you can earn free products with either a $60 or $120 purchase. I cannot open the catalog right now and show you, but I can tell you these products are awesome. I already have some of them. Being a demonstrator, you get to do everything early. And then also our new mini catalog is coming out, and you can tell just from looking at the front cover how very pretty and springy. It's full of fun stuff, so I can't wait to show you guys. We'll start with new projects right after the first of the year, I think around the 7th exactly. So that'll be exciting. So this is happening. Hi Renee, if you guys need a catalog, email me. I will be happy to pop this in the mail for you, okay? I'll send you the mini catalog and the celebration catalog. I'll just put it in the mail for you. Just send me an email. Let me know, hey, I need a catalog, and I will ship that right out to you. Okay, so kind of done with Christmas projects for right now, kind of, sort of, right? And I thought time to move on to calendars. Now, you guys, I've been doing this for a little while, a couple years now. I always like to mention that I originally got this calendar idea from Erica Serwin, who is one of my uplines, and she still does calendar classes. She does an amazing job. So I kind of got the idea from her, and I've been doing it for the last couple years. So these are the projects we're going to make tonight. We're going to do first quarter. So we're going to do January, February, March. I like to do them once a quarter. That way we can use kind of what's current and what's seasonal. So we're going to do February with some beautiful hearts. And then we're going to do March. March was a tough one. I was like, what are we doing for March? And I thought these flowers would be pretty. Probably some of you already have this set. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me just, if you would like to see, okay, let me just talk about a couple of quick things, okay? So these calendar cards, you can set them up on a little easel. And I kind of switch off. I've used the black easel. I've used kind of a light wood. I'm back to the black easel this year. And all you're going to do is just set it on the easel. You can put it on your desk, and it just sits like this on your desk. I have one by my computer, and I look at it pretty much every day. Even when I'm doing my classes, I'm like, okay, when is the next Saturday? They're really fun, and they're perfect, and they're festive, and I love them. So if you order the kit from me this week, I will put an easel in your kit. You'll get everything to make these cards. You need the stamp sets because I can't do any stamping for you, okay? All I can do is some of the die cutting. And the die cutting that I'm going to be doing is the shapes. So like the squares, the circles, the other things you need the sets for, okay? In addition, we're using these little tear-off calendars. I get these from Tailored Expressions, and it just comes with a set. This says a set of 10, so you can see. This is how it comes. So you'll get this tear-off calendar. These are all kind of stuck together. And you'll get the whole year. So I will send you one of these in the kit as well if you get the kit, okay? So you'll have a whole year's worth of these little mini tear-off calendars. And these are super awesome. All right, just to kind of go back in time, I'm going to show you just for fun kind of what we did last year, okay? This was the whole year's worth. So this is what we did for January. February, you guys remember in some of these sets that we had? March, little April showers, bring May flowers, right? June, we did a beach. We did July here. August, September, October. There was an alternate for October, right? So I had 2 Octobers, whichever one, because not everybody celebrates Halloween. So we had an alternate for October. November, and this is the one I have on my desk right now, the one we made for December. So that was kind of what we've done through the year. So we're ready to move on. If you guys really want to see a blast to the past, I'll show you the one from 2 years ago really quick because I think it's fun. This was January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So you can kind of see where we're going with these, right? They're lots of fun. They're colorful. And I love doing these. And all you have to do is place an order and you get to make these for free. Okay, here's the host code this week. It's an order of $40 or more. It's KSA7NBVW. Okay, all right, let's start making some of these projects. Okay, now hold on. I didn't get to make sure I was coming up on Facebook yet. So now I have to do it the hard way. Hold on. Find myself. There we are. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to start by doing our January. Now, these are not my typical colors. If you've been with me for a while, you know I'm not a big fan of like the primary colors. So this garden green, I'm like, eh. But it's very pretty with the paper. This DSP, I think it's Snowy Scenes DSP, has the garden green. Of course, I wanted some garden green for the trees anyway. So that's kind of what we're going to do. But I will say there's an alternative. If you have the Snowy Scenes paper, you could also make this card in a different way if you wanted, because there's another lovely snowflake set in here, and it's in the petal pink. So you could substitute if you wanted. Hi, Jolene, and use the pink. So you could do the card all in pink instead of the greens and the pool party. All right, so for this first card, we're going to use Snowy Wonder. All right, this is on the last chance list. I don't think it's reduced, but it's on the last chance list, but it's still available, at least last I checked. So we're going to use some things from the Snowy Wonder, and it has these dies, and then also some of the Stylish Shapes dies that I use pretty much every week. Here's how your kit will come if you get the kit. It'll come in this cello bag, and I'll have all your pieces cut for you. Okay, so these card base, I have first a piece, just a quarter sheet of basic white to do some stamping on. Our card base is going to be Pool Party, and it's going to be, I don't know why my camera's shaking, sorry about that. It's 6 inches by 4 1/4, and that's how big our card base is. So we're going to build onto that, all right? Next, I have a piece of that Snowy Wonders DSP. Very nice. So that's a 1/4 inch on all sides shorter. So it's 5 3/4 by 4. and it's just going to be set down there. So let me get out some adhesive, and we'll get this put on as our first layer. So like I said, for 2 years I've been doing this, and before we, and I have always sent out these little tear-off calendars with my kits, but we also had a stamp set before, and it was called Days to Remember, so you could stamp your own if you wanted to. This is a little quicker, a little faster, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so let's start by doing our stamping, and then I'll show you the other pieces. So I have 2 of the stylish shaped circles cut out, all right? One of them we're going to do some stamping on. We're going to do a little blending and stamping, and the other one we're going to attach for a little snowbank. Now, how I did it when I did this one right here was I did all of the blending and stamping, and then I attached my piece of white, and then I cut it out so it's nice and seamless and you have the dots around the middle. But I think this way is going to work out fine too. So let's start by taking one of the circles, and let me get myself a little piece of something to protect my surface. Are you guys ready for Christmas? Is anybody else in freak out mode like me? Are you guys all organized and ready? And I'm just like living by the hour right now, I feel like. Pool Party ink. And we're going to use a blending brush. Let me get rid of a few of these things here. All right. So I'm just going to start by adding just a little bit of color to my circle. And I don't want it to be too dark, but I just want to kind of blend it around. I'm going to add maybe another layer of color there. And I don't want to go too dark too by the dots that are around the side either. But I do want enough color so you can kind of see what's going on. There we go. That's what I'm talking about now, right? That's pretty good. Let me just get this side a little bit. Okay. All right, that's good. You can see how we have some color right there. Now, while we have that open, we're gonna just start stamping some of the snowflakes. So we have the big one, and I wanna do some of the big snowflakes stamped on there. Let's do a couple of those. Then we're gonna get the next size, kind of this medium one, and we'll add some of those. I love snowflake stamps. I think they're super fun. And we're just going to kind of be a little bit random here. And then we're going to take this little one and kind of fill in a few places. So for sure we need one there, maybe here. Not too much down here because that's where our snowbank's going to be. Okay, are we feeling pretty good about this? I think so. All right, that's all we're going to do. All right, that looks kind of pretty, right? Now, we're just going to take our other one, and we're just going to kind of cut out just a squiggly, kind of curvy is probably a better way to say it, line for our snowbank. And this isn't really hardly even going to show in the background, right? And then we're just going to attach it there. You can see the contrast now that there's more ink put down than we thought, because you can really see the contrast with the white, right? And I'm going to take it down just a little bit more. Just going to go a little bit shallower. All right. Let me get some adhesive. And let me put this at the bottom. And I'm just going to kind of attach it. And it almost looks seamless if I line it up right. Okay, so you can see how that kind of looks. So you could do it either way. All right, now we kind of have our little bit of background there. All right, now let's stamp. We need a snowman. So we're going to get out some Memento. And this cute little guy. All right, one snowman. All right, now you can either stamp the hat or we're gonna cut it. I just felt it looked a little bit better just cut out of some just basic black cardstock. All right, that's it for the Memento. Let's do some trees in Garden Green. we have this cute little evergreen tree. So we're going to stamp one of these. We are going to stamp this one. I think there's a third one too. So you have 3 different tree choices, but we're going to go with these 2. And then we are going to stamp in the pool party that big snowflake again, the one we just used. So let's get that. And I know this is too big of a piece of paper for what we're doing, but that's okay. All right, get out your dies. All right, let's pull them out. I'll show you what we're gonna die cut. Whoa, hold on, things are stuck. Okay, snowman die. Easy breezy, line it up and cut it out this way. You have this nice die for this tree right here, this one for this tree right here. So just line them up, and then this awesome snowflake die. All right, so run all those through your die cutting machine, and then you'll have your little bits and pieces for this card. That is dangerous. I know some of those are going to get lost if I just throw it to the side. All right, so let's see what we got here. We've got a snowman and a tree. I cut this. You're going to get a little scrap of basic black. Use the die to cut out the little hat for the snowman. Here's the snowflake that we cut out, and then our other tree. Okay, in addition, I've given you another scrap of garden green, and you're going to die cut a couple of the snowflakes, right? So this is a different snowflake die. So I've got 2 of those, all right? So that's what we're doing with that. Okay, now the other 2 pieces of garden green that we have, this one is going to go behind our calendar. Oh, hi Sharon, how are you? And the size of this one in the garden green is 3 1/4 by 2 1/2, and it fits perfectly behind our calendar. And then this one is 3 inches by 3 inches for die cutting, and I use stylish shaped square. All right, I think that's all our pieces now. Okay, so let's start by assembling on here. First of all, let's glue the hat onto our snowman, especially before I lose it, right? All right, hold on, I gotta get my glue started. All right. I'm hearing the TV in the other room. I think it's the TV anyway. Move this a little closer so I don't have to keep reaching for it. Are you guys done making Christmas cards? That's a good question too, right? Have you made enough? I feel like I made a good amount of Christmas cards this year. Have I sent them out yet? Nope. But that's the plan for tomorrow. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry for a minute. We need to color his nose, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of pumpkin pie. And easy snowman, right? All we have to do is color a tiny little nose. That's perfect. And your finger. Don't forget to color your finger. My goodness. Okay. So let's put this down in the background first, the big tree, and then we'll pop the other things up around it. A little adhesive here, right like that. This guy, probably, I don't know if a full-size dimensional will fit. Let's try a mini or 2. Let's do 2 minis. All right, so we've got that. All right, oh, that did not dry yet. Almost dried to my green. Okay, well, we're gonna help secure that with a dimensional. So the next 2 Tuesdays, so next Tuesday is Christmas Eve, and the Tuesday after that is New Year's Eve, so I will not see you guys live again until the 7th. But I'm super excited come the 7th to start using some new products. I've got some ideas. I can't wait to start playing with the new stuff and start getting some projects made for fun. All right, little snowman's gonna go here. All right, he's cute, right? Let's get out some Link of Stella because he needs to be a little sparkly because he's made of snow, of course. And then we're gonna add a little bit to the snow background too because we want some extra sparkle. Everything has to be sparkly. Okay, we'll see if we need to add a second coat to that, although it's drying pretty sparkly already, so I think we're gonna be good. Don't want to get crazy, right? Don't get carried away. Okay, we can start layering things up now. So this first piece is just gonna go straight on the square, and this is gonna go towards the top and pretty far to the top of this little card. Just like that. We will pop our circle up. Let me give that one more minute to just dry with the Link of Stella. This other piece right here is going to be the frame for our calendar. So let's get that all centered. Right there, looks good. All right, let's tear off one of our calendars. Did I mention that I get these from Tailored Expressions? Now be careful when you put your adhesive on here. If you're using the tape runner, you have to be gentle so you don't end up wrinkling your paper. It's pretty thin paper for these calendars. Okay, there we go. All right, we can pop this up now. Cute, very wintry, even for those of us who don't really have winter. So truly this week, you guys, it's like fall here now. It's kind of funny because we don't have too many trees that turn colors, but we do have some. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on these, just some glue. Just dot, dot, dot it. But the ones that do change colors have changed colors, so it looks like fall here. And of course, most of our trees are the live oaks, and those are still green. So, yes, it's fall in Texas, but it's still summer temperatures. So I think the forecast looks like for Christmas week, it's going to be in the 70s all week. So that's going to be lovely, especially because we're having company all week. So it's going to be fun. We'll get to do all our favorite things that we like to do, go to Six Flags and SeaWorld and the botanical gardens, and it'll just be lovely weather to do all that stuff in. All right, so we got our 2 green snowflakes. Who ever heard of a green snowflake? I don't know. But I think they're cute, and they have green snowflakes here, so. Okay, and then we have this pool party snowflake. We'll put this big one like right here. All right, let's add just some basic rhinestones just to add a little bit more bling. Oh, Renee, you mailed out your Christmas cards. Good for you. Oh, if I could just be that organized. I have good intentions every year, right? But at least they're all made, so that's a start. I'm putting a couple little rhinestones right in the middle of these snowflakes, right like that. I probably could have put a bigger one here, but I did not. And then I'm just going to take and scatter a few more on our little scene here in the sky to make them extra sparkly. Okay, that's it. That's our first one. What do you think about January? Looks snowy, right? All right, we are on our way to having some calendars for the year. Okay. Next, we are going to do February. Now, have you guys gotten any of this stuff yet? I love, love, love this set. Now, let me put my toys away before something gets lost. I was missing a die for about 2 weeks, and I just found it. It had fallen into my bucket of embellishments. So that was good. I get very upset when I lose a die. All right, Hearts of Elegance. Now, this is part of the suite for Valentine's Day, and I just love this suite. Very, very pretty fonts. Everybody needs a happy Valentine's Day. Look at the little X's and O's, the to and from. Very, very nice stamp set. But you guys, these dies are killer. Look at the beautiful, I love a heart that is perfectly shaped. And then we have also these hearts that have a little bit of, okay, help me out. What do you call it? Embossing, like it embosses for you, which is very beautiful. And look at the size of these. This could be a card just by itself. Like you could cut it out on the edge so that it folds. So this cuts the flower, like you can see right here, and these leaves get cut out. So all these stamps have dies that match, and just look at this assortment of hearts. So I get excited. I love Valentine's Day. I love the colors. I especially love the pinks. So here we go for February. Now, we're also going to be using this DSP, and let me show it to you. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but it's very beautiful. I don't even have mine in an envelope yet. But this is is it called Hearts of Elegance? Whoops, hold on. That doesn't belong there. This is one of those that, okay, it's called Marbled Elegance. All right. It doesn't have the sheet that lists it. But anyway, it's all reds and pinks. You can see some of those flowers. And then these gorgeous, gorgeous, kind of abstract, you know, where they like do the paint spreading, I forget what that's called, and then you have this gold foiling. So you guys, I am so in love with this paper. It's so pretty. I can't wait to start doing Valentine's Day projects. It's going to be fabulous. So we're going to use a little of that in the background. All right, and then the only other thing I added to this set is we have our Nested Essentials dies, and I'm using this right here, kind of this rounded rectangle right there. Okay. All right, here are our pieces. Okay, so we're going to do 3 different layers with this. So we're starting with Melon Mambo, again 6 inches by 4 1/4. Then we're going to do a couple, we want a couple of thin borders on this. So you can see, I hope I cut that right because that doesn't look thin enough, but this piece of basic white is 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then the Marbled Elegance DSP is 5 3/4 by 4. All right. So let's put these 2 pieces together first, because we're going to tie some ribbon around it before we go any further. Now we're only going to stamp one little thing for this one. The rest is all die cutting, but you need to have the set because you'll have to die cut your own hearts, okay? So we've got just a little bit of white thin border on this one. We're going to take one of my favorite ribbons. This is this gold and silver trim. It comes in a 2-pack. And obviously the gold really complements the gold on this card, right? So we're just going to tie a bow around the middle. Just to add a little something extra here. The only thing about this ribbon, I feel it's hard for me to keep it. So I have a hard time tying it, probably because of my nails, which are in very bad shape right now. But that will be taken care of at some point this week. So yeah, struggling a little bit with the bow. Not very tight, but I think it'll be fine. Oh yeah, that came out. That is fine. All right. I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller, and then maybe just scooch it over just a tad this way. All right. Let me cut off the ends. I lost a pair of ribbon scissors this week too, so I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what happened to my scissors. I think I must have taken them somewhere to do something. You know what I think? Okay, this is crazy, and I shouldn't even be saying this. But I was making some projects, and I was using them on the couch, so I wonder if they fell in between the couch cushion. Isn't that crazy? Who has scissors in their couch cushions? That sounds dangerous. I got to go look when we're finished. All right, so now we're just going to adhesive this on, and then we'll have a really nice card base to work with. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got some pieces here. So again, this piece of gold is the same as in the last one. It's 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. That's going to be our piece that's going to go down here that our calendar is going to go on. Then we have this piece that I told you about. This will be cut for you too, and die cut. And this is that basic white kind of rounded rectangle. That's going to be our base for that. I really need to move up this ribbon a little bit. I hope it's not too late, because I think it's just a little bit low. Okay. All right, so we've got that. We've got this. Whoops, wrong. Wait, which one's the right piece? This one right here. Okay. Now you have another piece of gold, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo. All right, these you're going to cut out the hearts. So we're going to do out of the Melon Mambo, and you're going to do a piece out of the gold too. This one right here with the dots. All right, so one here. And then it's going to be this one right here that's kind of the middle one like this. It's going to go here. And then you're going to cut another one. I might not have cut this big enough. Can I fit a second heart on here? Yes, I can. So you can fit both your hearts on this piece of gold. All right. Then this one that has this kind of, you can see this stitching right here, you're going to do on the Flirty Flamingo. Okay. All right. So cut out, we're going to have this heart here, this heart here, the Flirty Flamingo, and the other gold one like that. Okay. The other thing, and this will be die cut for you, that you're going to need is this Stylish Shapes, this very small label that we're going to stamp on. All right. Put my dies away. I haven't even had time to put these on a magnet sheet yet. All right, and all that's cut. All right, let's assemble this. All right, so I'm actually kind of popped everything up. So, but before we pop this up, let's add our February, and that one I'm just going to do flat. So here's our tear off for February. That looks big to me. Hold on. Nope, it's the right size. I guess it just has kind of a big border. It doesn't have a skinny border on this one. Okay, now we can flip these over and start putting some dimensionals. Oops. All right, see if we can just flip some of these off here. Whoops, not the whole thing. All right. So we've got our popped up background right here, and then we'll pop up our calendar down here. All right, looking good, right? This ribbon might still be just a tad too low. Just gonna scooch it a little bit. We want things to be just right, right? Okay, that's better. Okay, the first heart I'm gonna lay down is the gold one with just some adhesive. And kind of off the edges a little bit like this. This next one we will pop up, and we can just pop it up. We don't have to do anything special. Aren't these hearts awesome? I just love them. It reminds me of when I was in 2nd grade and we used to make, we got to, you know, you bring the shoebox to school and you get to, they had construction paper. We got to cut all the hearts, you know, you fold them in half and then just cut them out and make your little like box for people to put your little Valentines in. Super fun. That's what it reminds me of. Every time I cut out hearts, I think of 2nd grade. That was one of my favorite things to do, is of course, paper craft, even back then. All right, this one here, and then this one, I guess I can pop that one up too, right? I mean, it doesn't matter how thick it is unless you're going to mail it, but if you're just going to put it on your desk, you can have all kinds of popped up layers. And just one more. This one I kind of added last minute after I did it because I was like, oh, just one more. Okay, let's take our little label, which I've already lost. Oh, here it is on my lap. I was going to say, good thing I cut an extra one just because I tend to lose things. Just some X's and O's. We are going to do that in Flirty Flamingo. All right, and then we'll pop that up with some minis. And then, you guys, these hearts coordinate so lovely. These little heart sequins in the gold. So we're going to put some of those on. So we'll just put that up there. And then let's put some of these fun sequins. I didn't really realize till once I got into it that there's actually 3 different sizes of these heart sequins. Now I'm going to lift them up. Usually I just use the putty side, but I feel like it leaves a little bit of mark, so I'm just going to try and lift them this way to put them on. So I don't get any of that like putty, I don't know. I feel like it leaves like a little smear mark or something on it. So I'm going to try and be careful. And they have almost like a mirror finish, so I feel like you have to be careful with them. All right, let's go small, medium, large. Here's medium and small. Whoops, get over. And we'll put a large one down at the bottom because we have a little space right there. Okay, I think we just finished the second one. All right, what do you think? Pretty for February, right? Okay. All right, we have one more. Let's do March. So, March. March was tough because I was like, what exactly do we want to do for March? I didn't want to use anything that's not available yet out of the new catalog because you guys couldn't get it right away. And so I was kind of looking to the annual catalog to see, well, what's an annual catalog? So I kind of thought, let's do this design. And if you guys remember, we did these cards before. Let me see if I have them. Here they are. I did this for a Facebook Live in the card. So, you know, why recreate the wheel? We've already got something. Here was the one we did with purple too. So you could do this in the Petunia Pop if you prefer those colors for your March, or these colors here that I thought were kind of springy, and I like the green for March. So a couple choices with that. So let us pull out our pieces for that. So for this one, out of the annual catalog, Spotlight on Nature, I think this is a great set. The flowers are really pretty. Who couldn't use leaves to stamp for things? It's got a really nice thanks on it. And this butterfly is gorgeous. Now we could have put the butterfly in here too, but I didn't. You could, but I just used some of the brass butterflies. Hi, Pam. All right, and then the dies that go with the Spotlight on Nature, we're also going to use a couple of those. We're going to use these 2 bigger ones right here. This one we're going to cut in the Old Olive, and this one we're going to cut out of Basic White. This is a great set of dies to have too, especially, you know, the deckled circles are gone now. So all we have, you know, you have to, I'm big on shapes, right? Because you use them all kinds of backgrounds. And okay, here is our last card. All right, so this time we're using Peach Pie 6 by 4 1/4. Our next 2 layers, we're going to tie some ribbon around. So, and I can tell you right now, looking at this, this is wrong. What did I do wrong? Hold on. I have a feeling. So this will do the skinny border. So this one's probably right. This is supposed to be 5 3/4 by, well, it can't be 4 1/4 because this is 4 1/4. So it's probably supposed to be 4. Is it long enough? Yes. Let me get out a measure before I cut my piece of paper, just to make sure. This is 4 1/8, so this one has to be 4. So do you guys recognize this paper? Again, from the annual catalog, this is the Lily Pond Lane DSP. I love just the stripe. The other thing you could use for this, let me just set this at 4. If you have the In Colors, there's a stripe in the In Colors DSP. So you could just use a piece of the peach pie stripe for that too. So you have a couple different choices. All right, now that it's cut correctly, let's attach these layers and tie a ribbon. Okay, so I'm doing the background first and then we'll do our stamping. So before I forget and mess it up, let's do the ribbon. This is the peach pie bordered ribbon. Very pretty. I think it's very springy. So we're going to tie a bow again, and hopefully it'll be high enough this time. We'll do it right in the middle. And then we'll line everything up. So we'll put this on the card last in case I need to adjust the ribbon this time like I did last time. Okay. That one needs to be a little bit shorter. All right, so let's trim that up a little. Okay. All right, let's put that aside. We've already cut this out of old olive with that shape that I showed you. So I'm going to put that aside. This is our card base. Get it out of the way. Here's the other thing. Now this is what we're going to stamp on, all right? And then this piece is the same size as the other one because this goes underneath. It's 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. And I guess we can get out our March and get that part ready. And then we do the next quarter. We'll do it in March for April, May, and June. And I have some ideas for what I want to do for those months already. Okay, let's stamp. I'm going to get my thing back because we're going to stamp off of here a little bit. So we have this beautiful stamp that has these flowers on it. And thanks for sharing. And I'm just going to do it in Memento. I appreciate the share. That's awesome. All right, so yes, we're going to do some coloring tonight. So kind of put it where you want it here. And then we're going to do some fun coloring. Now we're going to kind of do some simple coloring. I've kind of got, am I happy with that? I think so. I just kind of have a lot of space right here. But again, you could stamp and cut that butterfly if you wanted to put it there. All right, so we're keeping the coloring simple, okay? Let me pull some blends over. I'm going to just use the light and dark old olive. So let me just get these ready. And I'm just going to take my dark and just kind of, without much thought, just add a little bit of dark to the bases of the leaves. And then we'll start filling in and blending with the light. So the first time I was playing with this, for some reason, my colors were bleeding out everywhere. But I was using the brush tip, and I think my blends were kind of new, so they might have been super inky. So that's kind of why I changed to the bullet tip right now. So maybe it won't bleed as much. Some of these are a little bit small. So it's kind of hard to stay in the lines, especially when you get towards the pointy tips. And go back over once both the colors are wet to kind of blend them a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to take my bullet tip and kind of just go over the stems, which it's going to be outside the lines because look, you can see how skinny these stems are, right? You could leave them if you want. I'm just going to kind of outline them kind of quickly going down because there is some white space in these stems. And they're very skinny. Okay, so there we go. That's all we're going to do for the green. leaves. Now, we're going to use a couple different colors. We're just going to use, for our blends, we're going to use peach pie and pumpkin pie. And we're just going to go from light to dark and kind of do a little bit ombre. So let me just arrange these here. So this is the light peach pie. We're going to do this at the top of our flowers. And then the next color is going to be the dark peach pie. Now you could do these any color you want. You could do this whole card in pink, in purple, whatever color you like for spring. Okay, next, dark peach pie. And I'm going to go back with my light once I'm finished and kind of blend out. So if the lines look a little jagged or like they're not blending too well, we're going to blend them some more. So this is not the finished product yet. All right, light pumpkin pie next. And then we're going to end with dark pumpkin pie. Can you guys see how we're doing so far? I know my camera's still far away. All right, a little bit of dark towards the base. All right, and like I said, I'm just going to grab my light now and kind of go over everything just to kind of blend it in. This is light, right? Okay. It's picking up the dark to kind of do the blending. Okay, just that easy, right? Okay, done with the coloring. Okay, let me hold that up a little bit closer so you can see how we did that there. That looks pretty, right? Okay, so this can get glued down with your adhesive of choice to our other circle. Okay, and then let's start popping stuff up. I'm kind of a person, I have calendars every place. So I have these on my desk. I also have a lovely desk calendar that my dad sends me every year, which is like one of those where you flip one for every day and it's got beaches on it. Oh my goodness, I love looking at beaches every day. And then I've got a Hawaii calendar at work, and then I have a huge calendar, like a wall calendar on my wall at work, because I like to look straight ahead from my desk at the calendar and see what's going on. Not to mention the fact that I use my Outlook calendar and stuff too, but I don't know. I don't know why I like so many calendars. Okay, so I'm going to put this under the ribbon and kind of as far towards the top and centered as I can. And then this is going to kind of overlap because it's kind of a big circle. So I'm still going to put it near the bottom. I just want a little bit showing down here and like that. Then I'm going to move my ribbon a little bit to kind of bridge that gap between the two, just like that. All right, now we're ready to adhere that. Now, since I end up making two of these, I should take one of these little ones to work from my desk also, since I have one that I made and then I'm demonstrating another one. I don't know why I haven't done that. People walk in my office and think I'm crazy, right? Do you need that many calendars? Okay, let's get out some of the brushed brass butterflies. I had to check on this to make sure they were still a thing, right? And they are in the annual catalog. So let's put some of those on. And we'll fill in some of that white space. I might have to open a new one because some of these look like my little ones need a little bit more adhesive. So let's just open a new one really quickly for the little ones. There, and then another one right there. Okay, and we're keeping that one simple. That's all we're doing. Okay, you guys. So there we go. There is our March. So I hope you like these calendars. I think they're super fun to have. Again, if you place the order of $40 with me on my Stampin' Up! Website this week, by Saturday, I will send you the Make and Take kit for free. And it will include your set of 12 calendars for the year, and also the little wooden easel. So you will get one of these in your kit as well. So you have everything you need to do your first 3 months of calendars. Okay. So we did January, we've got our pretty February, and then we have our March ready to go. All right. If you want the instructions for this, I have a project measurement and supply sheet. It will be in the email. If you're on my email list, this will go out in tomorrow's email. Thank you, Renee. That's so sweet. And then if you aren't on my email list, you can either join my email list or just email me. This is my email right here, sunshineandsparklesstamping@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email and I will be happy just to send it to you. So you have it. Okay. A couple quick things before we go. Paper pumpkin. We've got a beautiful January Hearts for You paper pumpkin, and that's now through January 10th. So if you're not subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, this is going to be a really good kit for Valentine's Day. And here's the add-on dies for this quarter for January, February, and March. Okay, look at how cute that is, the honeycomb and the bee. So that's kind of a must-have add-on too for Paper Pumpkin. And don't forget to check out the Kids collection when you're in the online store. These cherry blossom boxes are beautiful. And then organize yourself right off the bat starting in January for this Perpetual Beauty calendar kit, and you can have everybody's birthdays written down so you don't forget anybody this year. And the last thing I want to talk about is, again, the new catalogs are coming out January 7th. There's going to be a new starter kit special. I can't show you, I don't have a graphic right now, but let me just briefly tell you what it is. The starter kit is $125 of products that you choose for $99, but there's going to be 2 bonus options that they're going to have starting in January 7th. So option 1, you can get 2 marker sets, the Stampin' Up! Bright markers. You can choose from brights, neutrals, regals, or subtles. Pick any 2 packs that you want. That's amazing. And also handmade designs. Oh, thank you, Jolene. Also a handmade design stamp set. So that's option 1, 2 sets of markers and a stamp set. Option 2, you can get a choice of an additional $30 in free products. Now I can tell you the markers and the stamps that have a $91 value. So that's really a good deal. So think about the starter kit. Think about that. But mostly I just want to tell you guys, Merry Christmas. I hope y'all have a happy holiday. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys after the New Year. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.